This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing, and I'm joined by one of the legends of the sport. This is a huge pleasure for me, Mike. And as I said to you earlier, there was one moment I've interviewed you previously at Canelo Plant. Your security said no, and you said yes, and that's always stuck with me. And I always want to say thank you for that as well. So, how are you doing, firstly, champ?
Doing pretty awesome. Happy to be here.
Glad to hear it. Now, Mike, I know religion's a big part of your life. You're here, Mecca's only around the corner here in Saudi Arabia. What does it mean for you to be here, being able to experience such huge fights being brought to this place?
I just know this is the beginning and could be the future of boxing. You know what I mean? It's just, it seems like a no-brainer in that a country of this kind of prestige should have the biggest fights.
How much does religion, just for me, Mike, explain to me what religion means to you?
Religion is having a conscience. Having a conscience. Everybody know what right and wrong is. Your consciousness tell you that's wrong. You killed somebody, you hurt somebody by accident, you know if it's wrong or right. And no one can teach you that. You know. No one has to teach you wrong or right. You know if you got that feeling, that's not wrong. I shouldn't have hurt them. No one can tell me they don't know wrong from right. They're just sadistic.
When you found the religion, Mike, when you found Islam, how did it change your life?
I went through stages of it. I started out very extreme. Very extreme, and I met some other Muslims and said I needed to tone it down. You know, you don't have to be an extreme Muslim to show that you love Islam. You know, you don't have to show no one. There's nobody's business that you love Islam. But you can't conduct yourself. There's no extremity in Islam, no extremity. So I had to learn that. Because everything I do, I agree, it's true. I just go hard and hard and hard, and I offend people, and I'm intrusive, and I had to learn that's not religion.
Mark, I'm aware of keeping you for too long, so we do have to move quickly. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury here Saturday night. What are your thoughts on that fight and this crossover that we're seeing in boxing?
Hey, listen, I don't know. I never saw Tommy fight. I seen all of Paul's fight. I seen every fight he fought on my card with. I seen all of his fights. So I tend to go towards him. You know, I never saw Tommy fight, and I just want to see the fight. You know, this is one of the fight I want to see who wins. This is gonna be interesting. I guess this is his real first test.
Mike, there's obviously a lot of pressure on Tommy because of the Fury family name. Do you think that will play a part on Saturday night?
It depends on him. You know, fighters should be objective, shouldn't have anything on their mind but fighting and winning. I shouldn't think about my mother, my dead sister, my dead daughter, but this person in front of me. And that's professional fighting.
Obviously, this crossover of YouTubers coming into boxing is divided opinion, Mike, but where do you see it going? What are your thoughts on it?
It's the future. It's the future. You know, listen, all right? Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, you know, they got shit. You can say whatever you want about them, but these guys made boxing. They turned boxing into a real exhibition. You know, really, they made boxing bigger than boxing ever been. This is bigger than boxing ever been. You got to keep it real. These guys get 70 million people. Some of the world champions get like a couple 100,000, if that. You know, so you got to respect that, and fighters have to take advantage of that, and hope this young man want to give them a fight.
Looking at the fight,
it's a fighting I'm talking about, yeah.
Looking at the financial elements of the sport, Mike, Tyson Fury, Usyk seems to be held up because of the financial split. What are your thoughts on that fight itself, if we do get to see undisputed heavyweight title?
I think Tyson Fury is going to win, but I think Tyson should fight more. They take too much time in between fights. You know, I fought 15 times in 1 year. I'm a strong believer in 4 or 5 times a year you should fight, at least 4.
How would you break down a Fury-Usyk bout for me?
Huh?
How would you break down Tyson Fury, Usyk?
Well, he can't run forever. Tyson's going to get him in the corner. He's going to get him with some punches, and he's going to hurt him eventually. You know, he's got to run all night. He has to stay and fight in order to win the fight. In some particular time of the fight, he's going to have to fight. You know, he can't run and box all night. They're not going to give him the decision. Not with Tyson. They want to see some fighting. After watching him and Deontay Wilder in the fight, they ain't going to go for no running and hitting. They want to see some fighting.
Because of obviously the size difference that Tyson has compared to most heavyweights, people have always been interested as to how he may have fared if he'd have been around in your era or past eras. How do you think he would have coped boxing in your era of heavyweights?
He would have did good too. He would have been good in every era. You know, the history of boxing is weird, right? I'm Mike Tyson, I'm this and that, but him being Tyson Fury makes me even more. You know, him one makes me even more. Whatever he's called, legendary, notorious, and that's pretty interesting, right? That something weird that my legacy could be judged by his success. Isn't that strange? I look at that. That's why I'm always rooting for him. Because he wins, I win.
Well, Mike, he's actually named after you, Tyson.
Yeah, I say he wins, I win. Every time he wins, I win. So that's why I'm his #1 fan. When he wins, I win. And that's kind of egotistical for me too. But it's, you know, yeah, when he wins, I win. That's ego. That's my ego too.
Do you ever miss? Do you ever miss it, Mike?
Every now and then, not tremendously, but every now and then. You know, every now and then I think about it. That's why I do it. That's why I do. That's why I'm trying to fight a Holyfield in an exhibition. I want to do this stuff.
You can't fight with Andi. You've just gone into a business partnership with him.
I know, but that's why we should fight, because we're business partners. A little time for revenge. You know, get money, revenge, and stick together.
Just whilst I got you, Mike, I want you to get your career high and your career low from you, if that's possible, please.
Shit. My career low is just my first time getting involved with boxing. Yeah, that's my low, because I knew my life would never be the same. When I just knew this is who I was. I knew this is what I was going to die trying to accomplish. That was my low. The biggest was becoming champ, but my low was just once I know boxing. When boxing found me, I knew I was going to be the best ever. I just knew it. The first day I saw Muhammad Ali, I said, I'm going to be the greatest fighter ever lived. I've seen him. I didn't even know it. He walked in, I'm the greatest fighter in the world. How did that happen? That must happen. It's like Tyson. I'm your Tyson Fury. Now he's the greatest fighter in the world. How did that happen? You know, how does that shit happen? You look at a guy, next thing you know, he inspires you. You don't even got to say a fucking word to you. You don't even have to know him. And you're somewhere because of him. And you worship him, because if it wasn't him, you never saw him, it would never be you.
Mike, just a word on your relationship with Muhammad Ali as well, because everybody knows about how close you two were and how much you wanted to pick up the baton from him.
Oh, I worshipped him. That's all I can say. I worshipped him. Customato worshipped him. So that's my mentor, worshiping this guy. I'm going to worship whoever my mentor tells me to worship.
Mike, just quickly whilst I got you as well, people looked at you when you fought as an aggressive come forwards. We know what you brought to the ring. You left it all in there. Just a word on Anthony Joshua. Some people feel like he needs to get the dog back into him and become more aggressive. What advice would you give to somebody like AJ?
That he has a lot of talent and not to get discouraged. He only loses when he quits. When you quit, all the doors of opportunities close. You know what I mean? You have to be game. And then don't get discouraged if you lose. Listen, you just lost. You may have got $30 million. You should give Usyk a kiss and say, can we do this again? Don't let this internalize you. Oh, I can't fight now. This white boy kicked my ass. People are laughing at me. No, he kicked my ass for $50 million or $30 million. I hope he kicks my ass again. But this time it might not work out that way. I'm gonna kick his ass. I just think the more time you lay off, the worse you get. You have to fight to be the best. You have to do it more and more and more.
Just a final one, Mike. Last year there was a knockout video that went viral of your former opponent, Julius Francis, knocking out a member of the public who had certainly rolled him up. I just want to see if you saw that and your thoughts on it.
I've been hearing about it, but why would they fuck with him? Why would they? He's the European champion. Forget if he lost a fight. Why would you fuck with him? You're nowhere in his league. You could be the toughest guy in the street and you're a little child compared to him. I just don't know. Some people are totally insane. They have to be insane. Why would you do that? You know you're gonna feel some pain that you never felt in your life before, and you're still gonna fuck with that man.
Right, Mike, I know you've got to wrap up and you've got other things to do this evening. This has been an absolute honour. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your time in Saudi, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much, brother.